The official definition of modern manufacturing is the processing of raw materials or parts into finished goods using skilled labor, technology, and machinery. That's what today's manufacturing is all about. A trained, talented workforce using advanced technologies. The days of old-school, dirty factories have long been replaced by modern, state-of-the-art facilities, computer-driven processes, and of course, with people with the passion to excel. Here at Jergens in the Collinwood neighborhood, many of those people are hired on at an entry level, right out of high school. Max Hayes grad, Sidney Johnson, started here on an internship. He's now a machine operator, and the sky's the limit.
When I wake up and have to come here, I'm excited. I like coming in. It's not a job where I have to go to work, or it's just another day. I enjoy coming in and doing what I do, knowing that I can grow and learn more, soak in as much as I can, knowing I have the career I have.
The U.S. manufacturing industry employs over 12 million hard-working women and men, and that number is growing by the day. To say there's opportunity in manufacturing would certainly be an understatement, especially for younger workers. They're in high demand. Meet Brandon Pugh, a recent graduate of the Ginn Academy. He's found his passion and a future here at Jergens.
This job has given me opportunities to go back to school, to get involved in these different programs to better help myself and the company. This place has made me feel more comfortable and, just better becoming myself and seeing myself for the worth that I am.
Because a lot of people our age don't really know what they want to do for a career. And that's what I was kind of nervous about coming out of high school, because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. And I thought this was a great opportunity for me because it kind of clicked with me, and I thought it was a good experience for me.
The opportunities for young people in manufacturing are just overwhelming. They can see new technology. Right here at Jergens, we call it a technology distribution center. All the things that when you talk about technology, it's right here. It's alive, it's well, it's exciting.
Exciting for sure, because modern manufacturing is not just manually cranking out part after part, day after day. It's technology driven by a team who come together, playing different roles, all working toward the same goal.
Accounting, it could be engineering, it could be quality inspection. So there's different aspects of manufacturing that people really don't know about. I started at Jergens about 13 years ago, just part-time, just make a little extra money. And with a little on-the-job training, now I'm a direct supervisor over the department that I actually started in, so it's very exciting.
Creating tomorrow's manufacturing workforce today, inspiring and engaging workers and the leaders of tomorrow in the always expanding manufacturing industry. The future is now. Here at Jergens, they're not just offering jobs, they're offering careers with great pay, great benefits, and the opportunity for advancement. That's what time it is, and that time is now.
Young people should consider manufacturing because it's forever growing. You're always going to develop, you're always going to expand your knowledge, but you grow with manufacturing as it grows with you.
I love my job. It's great. I'm hoping that more people my age would be more willing to make that leap and try it out, because it's great.
I feel like manufacturing really has become like my best friend. I really don't want to do anything else. I can see myself doing this for 25 plus years. So having this job is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and it is a dream come true.
You walk into what some people call a factory, we call it a technology distribution center. There you'll get exposed to lasers, coordinate measuring machines, computerized machine tools. You'll be working with tolerances 2/10,000ths of an inch, which is half the diameter of your hair. And without that, you wouldn't have the automobile that you drive, the airplane that you fly in, or most of the food, because it's being produced by farm implementation, that somebody here had to manufacture. When you talk to an educator, they walk through, and it's so enlightening. When we bring an educator through our business, they say, wow, so this is where you use trig, this is where you use algebra, this is where you use geometry. Because we're working every single day with trig and geometry and calculus and all the things that they teach in school. And So often we get out of school, we never use these things. We use them every single day in manufacturing.
So why does that skills gap exist? Well, first of all, there's a perception that for college that a lot of folks feel that you need to go to college and that's a requirement for everybody. And certainly for some people, it really is important that they do that, and that's a good career path for them. For many others, it doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily have to do that. With college, a lot of folks that go to college come out of that and then they do not end up using what they've learned in school. They come out with a very, very high level of debt that they have to repay, and it really wasn't advantageous for them. So for those folks, it really makes sense to start looking, what else can I do? And manufacturing is a great thing to go into and really change that perception. And also there's a perception there really isn't money to be made in manufacturing. I can tell you that our folks here have an opportunity to really do well for themselves, be able to support themselves and their family with a great job and a great career. We're talking a little bit about the manufacturing career paths. As you can see on the video that's up there right now, or the slide that's up there right now, there's a number of different areas you can go into in manufacturing, from material handling to maintenance to assembly, machine operator, engineering, etc. And also within each one of those disciplines, there's a number of different positions. So you have all kinds of opportunities when you move into manufacturing.
Well, welcome today. I'm Jessica Westrap with Manufacturing Works. We are lucky to have some special guests with us today from Jergens, which is a local manufacturing company right here in Cleveland. They're located in the Collinwood neighborhood. And we are going to have 3 panelists today explain their stories on how they decided to go into manufacturing and how they've made it a career for themselves. And we know that a lot of you watching are going to be in the process of making future decisions for yourself. So we're hoping today will be a way for you to see that manufacturing may be a way for you to earn and learn while moving forward in your career, and also that manufacturing can be a viable career path for you. So I wanted to go ahead and introduce our panelists. We have China Coleman, who is a production supervisor, Brandon Pugh, who is a CNC setup and operator, and we also have Patrick O'Donnell, who is the second shift manufacturing lead. And we're gonna get started if everybody's ready. So I guess I'll start with China. What were the beginning steps you took to get started in manufacturing? And what advice would you give to someone starting their journey?
At first I was very unclear about manufacturing. I actually started working in retail, and I worked at a hospital in healthcare, and I decided that those fields weren't for me. So I actually started here part-time at Jergens, and on second shift, just to make some extra money. And then I decided that I wanted to move further within the company. And from there, I went to a technical college to learn how to run CNC machines. And from there, it's just, I went back to school. I'm continuing going to school, and manufacturing is a better fit for me.
Great, thank you, China. Patrick, do you want to share the steps that you took and why you decided to get into manufacturing?
So I entered manufacturing when I had a construction job right after high school, which put me on unemployment during the winter seasons. And the second winter season, I realized that unemployment wasn't nearly enough. So I took a job from a temp agency. I'd never heard of manufacturing. It wasn't promoted at all when I was in high school, and my thought process was the same as many. It's just a boring production line job. I got a job here at Jergens, and I was driving a van, and it was the greatest job I've ever had to this day, because I just drove around a few neighboring counties, dropped off stuff, picked up stuff, made great relationships with a ton of different people in different areas. And then from there, I got interested in machines that I would deliver product to throughout the day, and took advantage of an opportunity at Jergens, paid for 2 different segments of a CNC trade school for CNC lathes and mills, and then the Swiss machines. And after that, I was given an opportunity to go on a machine, but I had to accept a position on second shift in order to get on a machine, which once I began to see what manufacturing offered and the pay levels that there were, it was a pretty easy decision to go ahead and take a second shift job. Then from there, a job opened up on first shift. I took that and got the lead role there. And after that, I moved into a leadership role in our material handling department, and then another leadership role in our quality department. And I'm currently in, I took on another role about 6 months ago when everything started, maybe a little before that, with all the COVID, an opportunity on second shift to become the lead and get back into the machines and further my overall knowledge in the company and industry, so that I've pretty much touched everything. And that's working towards a first shift goal of mine of supervision. And it's a planned goal that I hope to have achieved inside of the end of next year.
That's quite a path, Patrick. And I wanted to, real quick before we get to Brandon, Patrick and China, did you go to a local trade school here in Cleveland to learn machining?
Cleveland Industrial Training Center.
Great.
Also go to Lakeland, which Jergens pays for, tuition reimbursement, everything, books, fees, and all that. So just continual education.
That's great. China, what about you? Did you go to a local trade school here in the Cleveland area?
Yes, I did. I went to Cleveland Industrial Technical College as well. And then I still take classes at Lakeland, and then I also do continuing education at ERC training for continuous training for supervision and other aspects of management. So
great, thank you. Brandon, let's get to you. And if you, because you're our newest graduate, I guess, that is on the panel. Yeah, just tell us real quick a little bit about your journey once you graduated from high school. Now you're at Jergens, and then do you have some goals on where you want to go within the company?
As everyone knows, yes, I'm a freshly graduate, and beginning steps that I took to get into manufacturing. While in high school, I was actually in a little small class for manufacturing, and I had a mentor by the name of Jason Drake and Judith Crocker who helped me and brought me to Jergens to see what they were about and kind of like just get a feel and taste of manufacturing. Once I did a job shadow for Jergens, I immediately fell in love with them. I applied the next day, and I couldn't have an interview until I graduated. So after I graduated, they contacted me. I came in the next day, and we went from there. To this day, I'm currently in an apprenticeship program. Jergens has also paid for another schooling that I went to. That was a year back ago, but now I currently attend Auburn out in Painesville. So those are just some of the small steps that I'm taking right now.
Great, thanks Brandon for sharing. Let's move on to question 2. Many people believe that are going to be watching this because there still is a pretty big stigma with manufacturing that people just stand at their machine all day and that's all that there is to manufacturing. But all of us here know that there's so much more and that manufacturing is a field that's constantly growing. So I'll start with Patrick. What is manufacturing to you, Patrick?
Manufacturing is everything to me. I couldn't imagine doing another job my entire life because it has every facet a good working business does here. You have your IT department, you have your engineering, marketing, sales, management. The people who own the company are accessible here. Top to bottom, everyone's here, and you can try out any job in most places, definitely here at Jergens, if you want to work in the marketing department instead of being a CNC machinist anymore. You can apply for that internal job as it appears. And many people that do apply for it put effort towards it, get that, and then grow and develop in that region. But manufacturing itself isn't this boring production line, dirty job. We have a very clean shop here. There's a lot of support, many levels of support for the operators. There's also a lot of hard work they need to do from the mechanical side and just a lot of the math skills you need and print ability to read blueprints and make a part from just a raw bar. It's a challenging job every day, but it's a very rewarding one. And for someone like me who's had, I think, 6 or 7 different roles in this company inside of 10 years. It's just fast moving all the time. And as long as you want to do more, the sky's the limit. So there's just every type of business. People that had no idea they entered manufacturing are here with their degrees or without a degree, helping in some sort of way. So there's nothing boring about it at all. There's nothing dirty about it. It's hard work and rewardable work. And it pays.
Thank you for sharing all that. I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
And it pays well too. I think.
Oh, thank you for adding that.
That manufacturing, but yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And it's also good to hear that there are so many different ways you can go in manufacturing. Brandon, will you tell us what are some of the benefits for you as a younger person in working in manufacturing?
Well, for me, some of the benefits are I get to come in every day and basically learn something new every day, whether it's a new machine, whether it's me going to school and for the machine or just schooling period. Since I've been here, I've been receiving great benefits. Like I wouldn't have imagined, because for example, I wanted to go to college, but after I graduated, but I didn't want to go immediately. So me coming here, they didn't immediately put me in school, but they seen how hard of a worker I was and how badly I wanted to be here and how I was fully engaged with working on the machines. And they took the opportunity and put me through school, and I was fully engaged with the school, and to this day I still am. But my biggest benefit for me, to be honest, would be the school and the education, coming in every day, just learning something new for myself.
Thank you. Thank you both for sharing. So let's move on to the third question. And I wanted a few of you to share what a typical day looks like. And I know, Patrick, you mentioned every day is different, but we still want to project. So maybe since Patrick gave some information about his day-to-day, maybe Brandon, you could tell us what kind of exciting things are you doing throughout the day? Where are you shifting from on the plant floor? Are you collaborating with other people? Are you working as a team? Those sorts of things. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
So typically my day-to-day, I'm collabing with everyone, receiving information about the machine that I don't know how to work on or whatever. But typically, it's kind of something, you have the good, the bad, the ugly sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, it's always going to be good because everyone here is always down to help you if you need anything, or if you're unsure about a machine. But typically, I'm currently working around the plant floor because I'm in the apprenticeship program. So you have to accumulate a certain amount of hours on certain machines. So right now, I'm currently working on the lathe machine. So I have a lot of people, like I said, I have a lot of people there that's actually willing to help me and guide me through the process of either setting up or running the machine, or even just briefly explain to me what the machine is and what the machine does. So, I really don't have a lot to say about it because, like I said, because I'm working on everything right now, so.
Yeah, no, that's great. And do any of you want to share really quickly what an apprenticeship is for those of the students that are watching that may not know what that means?
I'll help out with this one.
Thank
so
you.
The apprenticeship program is something that we develop in-house to develop our current employees. So it's just like on-the-job learning, but we do take them out and we put them in a formal class setting, and they learn the basic book knowledge, and then they come back to Jergens and they perform the actual tasks on our different lathes, mills. Journeyman is somebody that is like a tool and die maker, so we make our own fixtures and dies here. So it's kind of developing people to be more experienced, because right now we have all of the baby boomers, they're retiring, and we need to build up the manufacturing workforce and the experience. So right now we're using this time to develop younger individuals to be skilled machinists.
Thank you. And correct me if I'm wrong, then you get your certification. It also helps you advance in positions and also pay. So it's a great opportunity if you're able to do that and you're interested. We're going to move on to the last question, and it's a little more focused on Jergens for those students that are watching that may have an interest in applying. So once you get an entry-level position at Jergens, what do you have to do to move up in the company or get a pay increase? So China, you said you wanted to take this one?
Yes, we actually do a lot of on-the-job training. So entry level means that you can actually come from any aspect of the job market, and you come into Jergens and we'll train you on the job to perform those job duties. So don't ever feel discouraged that you can't come in here, or I don't know anything about manufacturing, assembly, machining. We do on-the-job training. As you get more experienced with on-the-job training, that's when you'll get merit increases, you'll be evaluated, and if you're performing, showing up on time, good attendance, good attitude, all of that stuff reflects in your pay. And if you're more interested in doing anything else, then there are options, like we have tuition reimbursement. College is not for everybody, but if you wanted to do simple classes, like take a class here and there because you think that it'll better you or take you further in your career, then you can do that. If the whole college setting isn't for you, we do continuous education. If it's something in your field, like if you want to go to learn how to be a public speaking, if you have issues with that, you can do stuff like that. That's the type of stuff that helps you grow in your career and you move further along. We on-the-job training is one of our biggest things, because a lot of people, they don't want to go to college, or they don't want to spend the extra time or even the money, and they need money right away. So we really enforce that. We do take the time to train here at Jergens.
That's wonderful. And I think that's a huge reason why you have such a great culture at Jergens too. Patrick, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, so I believe everything that China touched on was awesome. But another thing that I would mention, I've noticed specifically here at Jergens, after you get your entry-level job, the best way to move up is to speak up. A lot of people will wonder, I should be doing this or that. But the first thing you gotta do is talk to your supervisor and say, hey, I'm interested in running a machine. I'm interested in the engineering support side of this. And boom, like that. Now the supervisor has it in their head, and they're looking for ways to improve you, because the ultimate job of a supervisor, definitely here, is to move your employees up and to increase their knowledge and their ability to produce inside of the company. And then the pay increase, we have annual increases every single year, but as you get a higher level duty job, you can also get an increase there. So no matter what, everyone's getting increases every year, but someone like myself, personally, there's been many times over the years where I've gotten them once or twice in between that, just by overperforming and asking to do more. So as long as you speak up, don't ever be afraid of asking to take on a better role.
Thank you so much. Well, I think that's all that we have time for. And I wanted to thank China, Patrick, and Brandon for being with us today. We hope that this gave all of you watching a glimpse into the opportunities in manufacturing, and we will provide information at the end so that you can contact us with any questions, or if you are interested in learning more about Jergens. So thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good day.